I'm just gonna paint the white and pray I don't get anything on me. You don't have to paint the back of your pieces. You can. A lot of times for some of the smaller pieces that I cut for you guys, it is made to be on a tiered tray. And so sometimes, depending on how you have your tiered tray set, if you're using it on a tiered tray, you may be able to see the back. And so just take that into consideration when you are creating your piece, if you need to paint the back or not. But if it's going to be up against something, you don't always have to. Up against a wall or something like that. Sorry, my nose itches. All right. This may take a couple coats of white. So we'll do one coat and kind of see how it looks. And if we have to do another one, we'll do another one. And shoot, I don't have my heat gun. I think my heat gun is upstairs. All right, so typically on your pieces like this, I tell you to do the top and the bottom and the edges. On this one, let me move that out of the way. On this one, you only need to do the edges because we're actually going to be putting the other wood pieces on top, okay? So you don't need to paint those since they're gonna be covered by the wood pieces. I want to welcome all the new ladies who joined us this month. We had a really good bunch of new ladies that joined us, and so I want to tell you that I am happy you're here, and I cannot wait to share with you guys the Easter kit. It is actually, so the February one is St. Patrick's Day, and on February 20th, I will release the Easter one, and let me just tell you, adorable, 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 adorable. Carrots, it's got some carrots in it. So much cuteness. Okay. We're gonna paint all of our pieces first. And that way they have some time to dry, especially since my heat gun is upstairs. This paint is going to dry really fast compared to, so the reason it dries really fast is because it is matte paint. And so it doesn't have a lot of the additives in it that make it shiny. So if you want this to be shiny, sorry, I have a little divot in my heart that I'm trying to cover up. It's a little knot from the wood grain. If you want these pieces shiny, alrighty. Again, you use your imagination when you are creating these pieces. You do not have to create them exactly as I am. And another thing is, if the longer that you guys are here in the group, you're going to learn different things. And so maybe you don't have you don't feel like you have very much creativity when it comes to doing things different, but I will promise you that the longer you're here, you're going to begin to pick some things up. And maybe I showed you something this time that next month you're like, oh, she showed us this and I want to do it that way because that would really, really be cool. So just kind of think about some of the techniques that I share with you and I show you. Some months I may show a new techniques and some months I may not. It just kind of depends on the months. But you will grow your repertoire of crafting ability while you are in here. So again, I am just painting this a little bit of a different color with the same colors that you guys got in your kit. I'm just mixing them up a little bit to just give you guys a different idea, different options if you have not yet created your kit and you want to. Maybe you see the way I do it now and you're like, oh, that is super cute. I am gonna do that. You will need to paint the edges of these on the ends. I'm not gonna worry about the back. You will have to paint the edges. I will probably paint the back when we're done. I'm just not, for sake of time, I'm not gonna worry about doing it right now. Getting paint all over my fingers. Consideration. And I do have a credit card somewhere, but so you're gonna rub your vinyl down just like this. And then you're gonna peel off what is called your transfer tape. Okay, it's gonna be the tape, and you're gonna have your blue piece it's gonna stay down. One of the tricks to peeling transfer tape off to keep this adhered correctly is don't pull straight up like this, okay? I pull more like this. I pull more on the board like that, okay? Versus straight up. If you pull straight up, it's gonna wanna pull some of it up. And so if you just pull straight across the board, that is going to make it stick a little bit easier. Okay, so we have our 14, and let's see. We're gonna go ahead and get our gray. I'm gonna paint, oops. I actually think your gray is a little bit lighter than what I have, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to paint in my 14. Now, my hearts I want red, okay? So I'm gonna leave those alone, and I'm just gonna kind of just make my gray line stop right there, and we're not gonna overlap into the heart, okay? So just like this, how we're gonna do it. Just like that, okay? So then when I'm ready to do the heart, it's gonna be fine. One of the best things to do when you're stenciling is to dab like this versus brushing, okay? When you brush, you're going to force your paint bristles, foam bristles, whatever, underneath the stencil. And so just dabbing like this from the top is what's going to keep so much from bleeding and also just give good coverage. The other thing is you want to start with light layers, okay? If you, hello Robin, if you feel like you have a lot of bleeding, we can clean it up, but it's going to be much better if you just start out with really light layers and then just dab, 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 dab. And if you need to do a couple coats, that's perfectly fine. I would rather you do a couple coats and take a little bit more time than have a bunch of bleeding that you just don't really like. Okay, so now this one. I just kind of imagined where my heart would be on this one and just didn't get my paint over on that edge. Okay. All right, I think we're good. So now we're gonna take, so we have our 14 done. Do you, Maria, I feel like stuff to you takes a lot longer. Is that normal? Like, do you live in the country? Do you live somewhere where it takes longer? Because this isn't the first time that it's been a while for you. So I will also say that's one reason why I like to stay ahead on the kits. Like we're doing this Valentine's Day one in January because for this reason. So weird, Maria. I don't know why, but I will check on it for you. If I stay a month ahead, then my thoughts are that even if shipping takes a while, you're still going to be insured to have it in plenty of time for Valentine's Day or whatever. Like, you know, you'll have your kit by February 20th for St. Patrick's Day, which is March 12th. So, okay, I'm actually going to use the letters as a stencil if it wants to stick. This is just not my night to craft, ladies. Okay. I don't know why it's giving me a fit. Okay. Well, I wanted a white heart, but we're not going to be able to do that. We'll just do a red one like we planned. Okay, so if you use the stencil in this way, we're just going to go over it like this. And we're just going to create a kind of a more of a shabby chic type heart that's going to look more dry brushed. This is the way we're going to do it. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Okay, so there I have that. It looks very, very cool. And we're gonna peel this off as soon as it dries. We're gonna let that sit to the side and we're gonna go ahead and peel this. Because our vinyl or our paint is pretty dry. And check that out. So we're just gonna drag our paint down the edges, just like that. It gives it a really cool look. I know that some of you guys have seen this technique forever, not forever, because I actually just started doing it this last Christmas. But I just love it. I mean, it's something I love doing. I do it on a lot of stuff. We're going to do some gray on it too. Super cute. And I think I'm going to leave that like that. I actually don't know if I am going to do the gray. We're just going to kind of see what we think. But that's going to look really, really awesome with the red on the top. Let's see. And actually, I may not even use my pink pom-poms this time, because we may just do red. We'll just do this one reds. Let's paint the ends of these. I didn't paint those. While some of your next step dries up. Okay. Now we're going to hot glue these on. Even though our red isn't quite dry there, we're going to go ahead and hot glue these on. So we'll do the bottom first. If you want, you can center it like I did this. So I have this one centered in between each one. Or you can lay it on a table just like this. If you are worried about it being centered and lopsided, you can just put some glue here and lay this down. And so then it's just butted up to the back of this. I'll show you what I'm talking about. We'll go ahead and do that. We're gonna put a line of hot glue here. Pretty good line of hot glue. And just lay it like that. I probably shouldn't have went all the way to the edge. We'll cover that up with some glue or some paint. And then we're going to do the same thing with the top. We'll just put some hot glue. Let's lay it back down on the table again. Put it on a flat table. See which I want my top to be. And then we'll do the same thing. If you want to use super glue or wood glue, you can. I love it with the red, ladies. Red and pink and white. Red. So I'm doing the same technique, and I could have done this before I put my pom-poms on, but I'm doing the same technique up at the top here, just to give it a little bit more red. See how I'm putting it up there at the top? I think we'll do it at the bottom too. I love it with that on it, you guys. Again, you do not have to do it this way. You can do it exactly like the picture. I did not do this technique on the frame. This one. Okay, I did not. I just left it white. It just gives it some more character. That's what you want. See? You can add in some gray if you want. Let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna do this. I think we're going to make this a little bit more red. Okay, so just like that. It's not all filled in. You love it. I'm so glad. Okay, hold on a second. I need to get down in my divot here. So I have this knot. I need to make it blend with the rest. There, now it doesn't stand out so much. Okay. So now I think what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take my gray and I'm gonna take the edge of my foam brush, and I'm just gonna do the edges, the front edges of my, I'm gonna show you. just like that. Okay, so I just lined the edge of the wood. So we can do this way over here. If you're gonna do that, you wanna line them all. Okay, and then make sure you line the front here. The front there. And then let's do the bottom. How's that look? So it kind of edges it and like frames it, okay? If you're gonna put, I'm not gonna put the hearts on this one. So this one has the vinyl hearts on it. I'm not gonna put the hearts on this one, but that would be really cute as a frame around the hearts. Okay, so let's do this one. I'm just very lightly going all along the edge of the wood here. It just gives you a different idea of the paint and if you want to do something different. So when I do my lives, I try to show you different ways to do it, okay? If you, check it out. Actually, I think the white hearts on it would look amazing. So we may have to put the white hearts on it. Look, two very different, well, let's get our ribbons on first. So you have your little twine pieces, and we're just gonna tie those into a bow. And we're gonna put those on our, to where it looks like we're hanging a banner, okay? So that's the concept that we were going with that. We'll put a little bit on there. I'm just tying a bow like you would tie your shoe. That's it. Like that in your heart, okay? Heart again, and we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna just do some colors around the edges with the gray, and I will probably do the white as well. I don't know, we may not need the white because there's still some white, because there's some white showing through. We may not do the white, we may just do the gray. Okay. And there is the gray around it. Yes, you can use your new tool when you get it in the mail. I will send it out tomorrow for you, Brandy. Brandy just won a pack of these tools that I got from Dollar Tree on our live that we were doing on our page. Okay, so now that I have my vinyl down and all of my paint is dry, it's mostly dry, we're gonna peel the vinyl off, okay? And it's gonna leave the white color. Ta-da! Just like that. Okay, maybe in there, but I don't think I've posted and told you guys yet. No. All right, so this, I am actually just creating another bow. You can tie it around like I did on the sample piece, like this. So I tied it all the way around, or you can just do a regular bow. if it wants to tie right. I love it. I love it. I love it. We're going to go ahead and glue that on. Oops, that's my one that's not on. Put it in the middle there. And let's trim up our tails. Ta-da! There you go. Now you have that. Oh, if so you want them. Well, I mean, I do have some things in the works that are the frames for you guys to be able to have frames for you to create with. So it's definitely in the works, but I have not shared anything on the page about it yet. So if it wasn't me, my bow does not want to stand up straight today.